Hello. So thought I'd make another video for Gameweek 34. I'll have a quick look back at 33 and then have a talk about free hit 34. So Gameweek 33, I did alright. 19 points, green arrow, which feels good. I think I'm a little bit slightly underwhelmed. I was hoping for a bit more, which might be a bit greedy, but my bench was like 25 points. But obviously, João Pedro, I was thinking 8 points per player should get me to about 32 points, maybe 30, on a decent bench boost with double game weeks. So 25 is a little under what I was expecting. But it's fine, especially when I couple it with what I did in the previous game week 32, because I had Weaver. So I was expecting a red arrow in 32. So the fact that I got like a nice green arrow in 32, if I couple that with this game week, I'm probably on track. I think I'm about 32 points up, which is what is more than what I was hoping for over the 2 game weeks combined. So can't complain too much, but I think there was a part of me that was really hoping it could have been a really monster bench boost, especially that Man City Burnley game. I was anticipating some mega hauls, and they actually got 3.36 xg in that game according to SofaScore. So probably quite unlucky to have only finished 1-0. It's good for me as an Arsenal fan, goal difference, but might be clutching at straws now. But so that was a bit of a disappointment, and some of the Leeds and Bournemouth game when nothing really happened and they all lost their clean sheets, and Hill got an own goal. Senesi had his second assist ruled out. Small violins. I've done well. Shouldn't really be complaining, but it was like it could have been bigger. I was getting a bit greedy. Palmer missing the game as well. Shouldn't have bothered doing Bruno to Enzo. Lost 2 points on that and some value. And then Gross got all his points back on Weaver as well. I think he's ended up on 22 points over the 2 game weeks, whereas Weaver's got 20 over the 2. So at least I didn't lose ground on Gross, but yeah, and we forgot a sub at 45 minutes as well, it was a slight concern. I fancied it wouldn't happen, but it did. So I need to watch out for that. I'll probably just plough on with him. I might be able to bench him occasionally as well. So anyway, yeah, it's fine. It feels like, I think I was too greedy. I think I was expecting more, hoping for more. So 19 points feels less than I was hoping, but 19 points is good. Shouldn't really be complaining too much. But I am 32 points off top 100k. See, that's the other thing. It was like I felt it would have been nice to have made up a bit more ground and get inside that top 200k. 32 points still feels a bit much. And this question of like how much risk do you want to take, I still feel like I don't want to take too much risk, and maybe that'll be my problem. Maybe that is my problem. I still feel like, I think Let's Talk Andy said this, where in one of his videos he said this idea that you have to take loads of differentials in order to gain rank is a myth, and if you just play steady for every game week forever for the whole season, you can still make ground, and maybe just the odd punt here and there, but nothing major. I still feel like that. Even this game week, these players are all, I was surprised at how lowly owned a lot of these players are, because if you go on FPL Twitter, I thought it was just going to be bench boosters and free hitters all on the same team, and they'll all be 80% EO, and that would be that. But a lot of these are like between 20 to 50%, and it's like, so there was actually a bit of a gain to be made on some of these players. So my instinct is still to just keep playing the way I'm playing, picking players that I think will do well, maybe going for the odd punt. And it's particularly kind of on my mind for free hit this game week, because the free hit for this game week feels very trepidatious. Like I feel very unanchored. We've got this single game week in the middle of nowhere. The games are quite hard to predict. You've got Rob T's predictions here. They're all quite, there's no kind of banker, no kind of great fixture, so they're quite hard to predict. It could go both ways. We've got people on different strategies. Some people that won't be free hitting this game week, so there could be some players like Thiago, Wilson, Rodgers maybe. I don't know. There could be some players that go really big, and I could easily not get a green on a free hit this game week. So I feel very like unanchored, and so because of that, I'm trying to think. I think I want to err on the side of playing safer rather than not. If I'm ever on 50-50s, I think I want to lean towards going for the safer pick, ish. Like for instance, some people going for like doubles or triple defense. That idea of like it's easier to predict one clean sheet. If you get loads of defenders from all different teams, it's unlikely that all of them are going to get clean sheets, and so you're limiting your ceiling, maybe raising the floor but limiting the ceiling. Whereas if you just go for like triple defense on one team, go all in, you're more likely to get it, and then you can just win big, but you also one goal and you lose big. And so my way of looking at that is just, I still want to play safe. I think I would rather lower my ceiling if it means raising my floor and playing a bit safer than playing that slightly riskier strategy. I think, although I may contradict myself in a minute because I've got Havertz in my team, which is like a possible contradiction, but the rest of my team I'm kind of going for that plan. So I think I prefer the idea of maybe Gabriel, Van Dijk, Pedro spreading the bets a bit more, possibly. Although I've got double Liverpool here because I haven't got the money for Raya. But I don't know, I haven't finished this yet. But so that's the way I'm approaching free hit at the moment though. Just think I don't really know. I'm kind of vibing it. It's tricky to figure out. I feel like there's all kinds of different angles you can approach the free hit. And I think I'm just kind of vibing it. So this is where I'm at the moment. And I don't have huge amounts of money. This is why I can't get Raya in there. This is where I'm at the moment. Players who are nailed for the free hit. Bruno, he'll be captain. Gabriel, probably. There's a slight concern in my head with I'm an Arsenal supporter. I know Newcastle, in the past, they've really risen their game when they play Arsenal sometimes. It's like they seem to really hate Arsenal, and it annoys me because it's like, can't you just let us win? It's like, no, obviously they're not going to do that. So, but they do sometimes raise their game for Arsenal, so I'm a little nervous. But Gabriel's, I won't overthink it. He's great. One of the best point scorers in the game. So I think I'll go Gabriel. Pretty sure I'll be on Salah, partly for the nostalgic reasons, but also he is doing quite well. A goal, 2 goals in his last. Well, he's in Europe as well. It's 3 goals in his last 3, and he did look like he was kind of a bit more remotivated again. So I think I want Salah. Happy for that. Palace are a team that are like, I thought they would be on the beach, but they always kind of surprise me. They always seem to play well. Even when they've got like a depleted team, loads of injuries, they still seem to show up. So I think that could be a tough game. Virgil I might bet against. I don't think he's definitely nailed for me. But I think Salah is. So Bruno, Salah and Gabriel is about it for being nailed. And then the rest of them are all kind of in the same ballpark of being just kind of punty maybes. And of the punty maybes, Watkins, Xavi and probably Porro are standing out to me as being ones that I feel better about. It may be shiny new toyitis, because some other picks like Rice and Gibbs-White, they don't have that shiny new toy feel to me, whereas Watkins and Xavi and Porro do. Maybe not Porro a little bit, but Xavi and Watkins just in my mind feel exciting. They're doing well recently, good form. 2 goals and assists there for Watkins. I'm sure he's had goals in Europe as well, hasn't he? So he's doing well. And Xavi, that whole narrative of De Zerbi, I heard something about De Zerbi. He used to be a number 10, and so he's kind of like, he knows how to get the best out of Xavi. And he looked pretty on fire in the last game. So yeah, I think Xavi's the lowest owned out of all those midfielders though. So if I wanted to play safer, I could just not go with Xavi and go for like a Rodgers, a Wilson, or somebody else. Szoboszlai maybe a higher owned, but at the moment I'm going with Xavi. Because Wolves are crap, aren't they? Wolves, let's have a look at the form charts. Wolves are one of these down the bottom here, 2.48. So Burnley, Wolves and Newcastle. Burnley not playing, so Wolves and Newcastle are the teams I really want to target this game week. Yeah, so that's why. So Xavi's in there. I'm not on Solanke. I've seen Solanke in a few drafts, and I think Solio has Solanke in the free hit draft. Has him quite high. I don't like Solanke though. My model has him fairly low, I think. I don't know if I'm going to find him here. I need to set it up with all the forwards. Let's do it by position. I think I've got Solanke quite low. He doesn't defcon, although obviously forwards don't defcon. And I think he's on like 0.3 XGI. He's only had like 3 goals all season. Although he may have been out for a lot of that, I think. So maybe that's unfair. But yeah, so 0.3 XGI. He's not getting much. He is a 90-minute man. I don't even know if he's nailed to play. Could Richarlison play? I don't know. But even if he does play, I don't. Not massively loving Solanke. Not above Thiago, Brobby and Bowen. I think are all above Solanke. I'd sooner pick, and obviously Watkins. So I'm not on Solanke, but Xavi and Porro I quite like. Porro's on corners, isn't he? Both corners, I think. A lot of this I've just been picking up from podcasts I've been listening to. So I've just been vibing it this week, trying to figure out the free hit. Just trying to it's difficult to know. But so yeah, so Xavi and Porro, I think by listening to podcasts, I've become more bullish about them. But it is Tottenham, innit? Risky. Watkins as well. Yeah, these are all risky, but I feel good about it at the moment. I could play safe, just go Thiago and Bowen. But Watkins I like. So anyway, that's Bruno, Salah, Gabriel, Xavi, Porro, Watkins. Then the other forwards, so Havertz, I really want to get an Arsenal attacker. But it's who do you go for? Rice is like the only nailed one. You don't know who's going to play. Eze and Odegaard are both back now, so you don't know who's going to play in the 10. On the wings, Madueke is available. Trossard and Martinelli, I think, are all available. I haven't double-checked this, but I think they're all available. And, you know, Eze can play on the right as well, I think. So, Madueke will probably play. But sometimes, see, my logic with Havertz is I think he'll play against Newcastle and then Gyökeres will be safe for Europe. But then, so this is the logic. But I was listening to Planet FPL James, and he reckoned that there was reason to believe that Gyökeres would play against Newcastle because of the way he plays is better suited against Newcastle. Possibly. But just going by this, since Havertz has been back, he played that FA Cup game and then he didn't play Leverkusen round of 16 Champions League leg 1, or he played Gameweek 30 and then didn't play the Champions League second leg. Then he's played the EFL final. That's international. He's played the FA Cup quarterfinals, and then again he's missed the first and second legs of the Champions League. So he hasn't started in any of these Champions League games, but he's played all the others. Gameweek 32, Havertz and Gyökeres both played because Eze and Odegaard were both out, and so Havertz plays in the 10 when they're both out, I think. But now that they're back, it's going to be one of Havertz or Gyökeres up front. And by this logic, it looks like maybe Arteta favours Gyökeres for the European games because he's better suited for, you know, maybe he's got a different reputation in Europe. Maybe he's better suited for these type of European fixtures. Havertz has been playing in the Premier League for longer. Maybe he knows it better. So that's my logic, but I don't know if that's great logic. It could easily switch. But I feel like, you know, his Arsenal here, this is their run. It would make sense for Arteta to just play one in this game and then switch him. But so could it be Gyökeres and then Havertz for the Champions League games instead? Yeah, I guess it could be. So it could be, so it is risky. But when I use my when I try to just psychically divine and use intuition to try and imagine who's going to get the goals, I can't imagine picture Gyökeres against Newcastle being the hero, but I can picture Havertz just running off to the crowd in that kind of languid, relaxed way he does after scoring another goal, getting his brace or whatever, getting a goal on a penalty maybe. He might be on pens, I'm not sure. Maybe it might be Odegaard. So yeah, at the moment I've got the vibes on Havertz, but it's a bit of a risk, and maybe that's too risky. And I've got Bowen, Thiago could just come in quite easy. Yeah, Bowen and Thiago. Thiago's like great, 21 goals, 0.5 XGI for the season, 0.58 in the last 6. And Man United's defence has not been that great. It looks like I thought it was kind of getting good for a while, but I think it's gone down again. So they're down here at 13th, 1.6 in the last 6 game weeks. They had a 0.4 there, but then a 2, 1.2, 1.8, a 3, and a 1.3. So they've fallen off a cliff a little bit, maybe. So Thiago, I mean, it is away from home, and it's still considered a tricky fixture there. Maybe that's based on Man United's season data, though. But he's solid on pens, so he's good. And then, but the thing with Bowen, he's more motivated maybe, but he's only on 0.26 XGI, 0.3, so it's not that good. But then he has had 8 goals and 10 assists all season. That's pretty good. A little bit of DEFCON threat, good for bonus. So Bowen's solid as well. So yeah, that's the choice. That'll come down to the wire, I think. Havertz, have a punt on Havertz, or play it safe with Bowen or Thiago. Yeah, tricky. One of those 3, I think. But I think I'll probably be on Watkins. And then these other 2 midfielders. Brobby I've got in there just because I think I'm tight for money, and he's probably the best of the cheap. And I'm going to have to bench somebody. And I probably want to play 5 midfielders if I can. There's more points in midfield, so we'll see. I could play around with that, but at the moment it's Brobby. I think he should play. Isidore's just coming back, I think, from injury. He's due back this game week, but I don't think Brobby had that spot nailed for a while now, so I think he's all right. Also, Brobby was like this pick that I had my eyes on since the start of the season. So it'd be quite nice to have him at least in the team, just in case, because he was somebody I liked at the start of the season. So yeah, Gibbs White and Rice. Basically just, I think I'm going for them because they're just, my model has them very high. I was looking at this, so this is based, my model here is set to the last 6 game weeks form, 50% of that, and then 50% season data. But then I also set another setting here where I've got it set to just the last 3 game weeks form. So this one is just set to the last 3 game weeks form. Because with a free hit, you kind of want to know who's really on form right now. And if I look at this and I try and think, well, who's high on both of these charts? And you've got Bruno's high on both, and Declan Rice is there, so Declan Rice is quite high on both. Gibbs White is quite high on both. He just got that hat-trick. Salah's pretty high on both. And Xavi would be. Xavi's low here, but that's just because of his start rate. If you think he's going to start, he'd be up the top there as well. And Xavi's quite high, so that's why I've gone for those 5. I've just done something. Rodgers is high on the recent form data, so he's actually a possible, but he's quite low. Well, he's up there. He's a pick, but he's a bit lower on the season data kind of one. Enzo Lefebvre. There's a whole bunch of picks that are all just like... There's a whole bunch of picks that are all good. Elliot Anderson, Dewsbury Hall, Szoboszlai, Garner, Ndai, Lefebvre, Wilson, Casemiro, Rodgers, Wirtz, Gakpo, Schade, I guess, maybe. Somerville, maybe. I don't even know if these players are going to start. Xavi. Some people going for Sarr. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of picks that you could just go for. And I've basically just gone for the ones who are basically at the top of this model, the top of both of them. So that's why. But Declan Rice, I don't know why he's so high on my model, because his XGI is only like 0.22, 0.33. I mean, a lot of these picks, Ghana is like they got DEFCON chance and 0.1 to 3 XGI. There's loads of them. Ndai, a little bit of DEFCON, 0.2, 0.3. I mean, I guess Rice is better than Ndai at least. Loads of these picks are like that. Casemiro, 34% DEFCON rate, 0.24, 0.31-ish. I think the reason Rice is high is because Newcastle's defence is really bad at the moment. I think that's why. So that's probably why he's bumping up over everybody else. 2.52. I mean, they're 1.53 for the season. So they know how. Well, that's average for the season. But I think they might be on the beach, maybe. And Arsenal are definitely going to be motivated. So yeah, I think I might go Rice. Yeah, don't know. It's a vibe thing. And Gibbs White as well. I meant to take a picture on my way to work this morning. I went past a sign. I should have taken a picture of it. Maybe I'll share it on Twitter if I get one tomorrow. I went past a sign and it had MGW on the sign. And I thought, maybe it's a sign. I thought to myself. So MGW. I don't have the vibes with Morgan Gibbs White. The fact that he got a hat-trick last game week is feels points chasey. I don't know if he'll do it again, but he has been ticking along. 12 goals for the season is pretty good. I think he's on pens. No, I think Chris Wood might be on pens, actually, if Chris Wood's starting. I don't know if he's still starting or if he's injured. Might double-check that. But Gibbs White is okay, I think. I don't have huge vibes for him, but then I don't have huge vibes for anybody. Maybe Rodgers, but I'm going for Watkins. I mean, I could go for Rodgers instead of Watkins as a kind of differential, although he's quite high owned actually, probably more owned than Watkins, so that wouldn't really be a differential. But I could go for Rodgers instead of Gibbs White or something, and then go for like Thiago or Bowen up front. But I'm not feeling that. Not feeling that. There's Gakpo as well, I didn't mention, but he could be good. Other Arsenal attackers, Eze, Martinelli, Trossard, Madueke. You just don't know who's going to start. I don't think you can be sure who's going to start. So yeah. So that's where I'm at with midfield, though. They're just the highest on my model. They just all feels kind of solid, a nice mix of like a bit of risk and a bit of solidity. Havertz, yep. So that's where I'm at. And then defence, I mean, so some of these picks, like Reinildo and Heaven, I've just got no money. So I'm going to have to kind of have some bench picks that are very cheap. So that's what I've done for now. Porro on corners, I think he's all right. Clean sheet chance from Rob T. Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham. Yeah, because that was another thing I was thinking of. I was trying to think maybe how to play this free hit. And I was trying to think maybe I should kind of lean on to... Maybe I should start not copying other people, but like leaning onto hive mind, leaning onto market odds rather than my own instincts, because my own instincts are probably not that good. I'm just going by my model and stuff like that. I don't watch the games that much, so my instincts might not be that good. So maybe this game week might be one to actually lean on a little bit of hive mind. I was looking at crowd FPL and stuff like that. Virgil, Gabriel quite high, Porro high up here and stuff. I think Solio has Virgil, Porro, Gabriel. Mavropanos I like. He's really high on both my models. I guess he's got really good DEFCON chance. Well, he's got a good DEFCON rate. Good DEFCON chance as well. So really good DEFCON chance. 0.32 XGI in the last 6 is really high. And I guess West Ham have been playing better defensively, I think. Yeah, 1.41. So just little bits of improvement. 3 of these games, 0.6, 0.6, 0.7. So signs of improvement. So yeah, maybe I could do Mavropanos, and maybe Mavropanos over Van Dijk, something like that. And then that would free up money, and maybe I could go for Raya or something like that. Let's just see if that would work. What we got here? 6. I bet you ain't got enough for Raya. Where is he? Oh, look at that. Perfect money. Oh no, too many players from Arsenal. That's my Arsenal fan bias. Anyway, I'll play with that. But Gabriel, Porro, Van Dijk, Raya is the template that I've seen everybody have. I might need to give it more thought, but I do like Mavropanos. And if I can't have Raya, maybe I do it like this instead and have a punt against Virgil. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm still tinkering. I'll tinker tomorrow. I need to look at lineups, jump the wave. Yeah, I think that's it. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'll leave it there. All right, thanks for listening. See you later. Bye-bye.